And let me make it clear, those who are claiming that the containers were stolen when we came to office, that is false. As you can see here, they are confessing that they started buying these things and these cables right from 2019. So the attempt to usually play the political football will not wash.
Na send you bomb shubu you nyina because you some dia mom microphone nyade.
Don Jinapor say you who 40 of the containers in a warehouse of someone. Per the reporter said they are command.
Yeah.
It just say containers naira. It means that anfa kwan papa so the free port wo. We dey me ma establish me am prima facie.
No, but the point about some dia mom microphone.
Ade no. Onu wa ban so na ade na ira me tuwe me Bob no rank me number. Me ko busa me container me nya container dia ma. You the minister no also busa we be a containers nafa. And I know say me who say it is possible that omo ankrofo no ana ade no chese ade na kwa kodi omo.
And so let me make it clear, those who think that they can engage in political football, those who think they can use this to try and equalize, it will not work. Since 2019, this crime is being perpetrated on the state. The then government slept on it. This government will not allow this to continue. Those we've apprehended will not just prosecute them, we'll go to court and seek an order to sell those assets there. Whoever superintended over this mess will be held liable.
Arofo esan so shabium inti Mr. Jinapor ababe warning NPP NP I friend Vincent over the ECG missing container. Now therefore we all know say this ECG missing container no amount for mudi omano ajimu pa the minority. Not to talk about Afenyo markings any omo kika who recently Vincent our MP edema the minority aba bonte aba beki kan sembi a ochichu mu se containers na yiraye under the regime of President Mahama into also mungongo jisho containers no enfambra. Now one thing about that margin kakra ne say if the MPP knows nothing about this, why would they be pressuring the NDC some mungongo jisho containers no? Out of war eno nam so ama Mr. Jinapor aba bekasa a ochichu mu say almost strike here, they will arrest people and they were saying so any the uncrofa no in charge of ECG board. Make sure with the likes of Afenyo markings, Dr. Matopoku Prempre, and no more mukika huni na no. Or say at the right time they will get hold of them. Now even crown also we japadi mpo and omubeton edia secure a canibi to make sure some beboa amo minor akonenim. Therefore in some way cause na for the agro. Now as at now no I am sure say MPP 4J mu shankasa she rough. Now therefore yenti in some way Mr. Vincent de babe tuja will decide here day and fabra.
And heads must rule on what basis? And our typical terms say the year report. It finds itself in warehouses of an Indian man. And I'm told that Chinese people to because they are such on it. There should be better and proper investigation to this matter to know which people are culpable in this thievery, if I should put it that way.
Na send you bomb shubu you nyina because you some dia mom microphone nyade.
Don Jinapor say you who 40 of the containers in a warehouse of someone. Per the reporter said they are command.
Yeah.
It just say containers naira. It means that anfa kwan papa so the free port wo. We dey me ma establish me am prima facie.
No, but the point about some dia mom microphone.
Say no dem person me say. MPP ni bi eni at this time. Ya boya me ni su brie. Obia enu am court sra me na tafo hene. O say na me nana. Boso me se to ba wi afi me hunam se nana. Odaro ma bro no bobro ye no. Be ni su abrimia ndi afi ma ba o. Nana we do odaro ma me so na fa chebe. So I don't think that any MPP person will have the courage. In fact, no couple one the kind of politics of me or you talk about no. There are people who are saying they are finished. They know people who are MPP, they know people who are NDC.
So before okay, I say transition. And or the two just say or see I mean like or see brief you from the port. say almost 3,000.
Yes.
It's about Parliament, see 2,500. So then suggestions okay, and the MPP for
yes,
and no more afa air containers. Now so the subo bomb. So I'm saying I will
but I didn't know. Oh no, what banso na dia na ira me to me Bob no rank me number. Me ko busa me container me your container dia ma. You the minister no also busa we be a containers nafa. And I know say me who say it is possible that omo ankrofo no ana dia no chesa agena kwa kodi omo. Okay, you find a way
elsewhere they broke
to bring it
warehouses like
yes.
they saw. Then it could be possible they would have
yes.
when they check again.
No, anything.
Say container free. That was you man what you
You know, you can find a way. I think the first time that I heard containers when one was during the transition period.
Okay.
Where I heard John Jinapor saying say who are now what say about 3,000 containers has been locked up at the port.
The video.
Now the content of that containers, you know, electrical cables, ECG, who no maybe, and that was alarming. You know, the way we used to West, you know, they said the MPP are buying 3 more day and all those kind of things. Only for him to come to Parliament. Just about 3 weeks ago, I was a minister. Obejina podium na ojina so kasa no a, maybe I met no me face ni say pepepe. Na me hwe nanim. Who say JJ han ani na me say, hey JJ. I feel the JJ make us mean to say 2,500. I'm say are you not the same person who said during transition period? I feel the wow call hono. O say 2,500.
Ni PR be che mu say a brief you munya no.
Brief no munya free ba. Transition period a different figure from what the port people will give you. The port people now the figure come minister. And omo ha how many can some no na afi abetwetwere omo. And since I'm no say from what I'm hearing 1,300 missing containers. So the natural SJ. Now 1,300 containers with Madocro. Do you know 1,300 containers? Do you know how many ships that will bring that thing here in Ghana? Which is missing? No, it can't. It's not possible. Now 40 now more customer who Indian be warehouse no, because the containers are so huge. One warehouse cannot house all the 1,003 into there are other warehouses that you have to follow up and go and find our containers for us. But you name say mo be ha when na mo ama fa chi asa afefa ma mo krofo. You name ni sa mo ha mani be ka na mo ama sa fa.
Inside of what send your video, no, this according to Mr. Vincent. Now, you share the Zigla or the Casa live on a year radio now. The question now is, if these guys don't know anything about it, why would they give pressure to the president? Why would they give pressure to Omwa case Nation Monsa? Because the Mano brings us more evidence, trying to tell us say they really know what is happening. According to Mr. Jinapor, or the some of Betuja or Chechu Muse, some containers in Sensamono almost started some more ton and end. They began somewhere 2019 and almost started some more ton ECG containers now for in someone Mr. Jinapor the Ababetu Homono. That's a way exposed crash the Kwamba Faso cry. A getty hold of microphone we in charge of that, of which Afenyo markings eka ECG board no or chira ECG cables no omoton the mark microphone some China phobia no more the cables no adani aluminium and the your friend is saying danya pillars are DC dying no one nani ECG YSCB no more the adani they are almost for business sake. Now, therefore, utie in someone Mr. Jinapor dibetu jana is just Obinaka is just appalling. The way information if or unfold, you know, is just sad and shocking. Now the guarantee in someone or the two jaw deciding a day.
The 2,500 figure that was given when we got to the port, 1,300 containers and over could not be accounted for, which means they were missing. Let me put on record that these things have been happening since 2019. And as you can see for yourself, based on where we went, it's a syndicate that has been operating for some years now. As minister, I've taken a decision to break this syndicate. We would chase everybody, pursue every organization that has been operating this cartel. Clearly, as you can see, these are ECG cables. They are meant to be used by ECG. But they end up in these factories and then they melt them in their smelter and produce aluminium rods. That is criminal. I've realized that some misguided element wants to play the NDC MPP politics. Let me assure them that is not going to work. As minister, I've sworn an oath, and it's my duty to ensure that the right thing is done. We would pursue them and ensure that the perpetrators are brought to book. We will do everything we can to trace these containers because they have serial numbers, they have manifest. And let me thank the port authorities and the Director General of the Ghana Ports for cooperating with us and providing us with information. And also to thank the general public. They have been providing the security agencies with information that has led to the arrest of these people. Where we are here, as you can see from behind, a lot of ECG cables stuck in this warehouse, and they've all bolted. Indians and Chinese people, they've run away. So far, some people have been arrested, and we would ensure that the law takes its course. Why we have this problem is because if you look at the records, and I have the report here, in 2014, ECG's planned procurement was 1.397 billion. By the end of the year, they procured 8.2 billion. And so they engaged in frivolous over expenditure, procured items that they did not have money to clear, and that is what has brought us this far. The same with 2023. Their planned procurement was less than 1 billion. They ended up procuring 8.3 billion. That is more than 7.3 billion over and above what was approved for them. So if you look at the records, in 2022, they procured 1.3 billion. In 2023, they procured 8.3 billion. In 2024, they procured 8.2 billion. Way above what was approved for them. More than 700%. And so let me make it clear. Those who think that they can engage in political football, those who think they can use this to try and equalize, it will not work. Since 2019, this crime is being perpetrated on the state. The then government slept on it. This government will not allow this to continue. And as minister, I would ensure that we curtail this, we follow and apprehend those responsible, and retrieve the containers. In simple terms, I want my containers. Simple as that. And wherever the containers are, we'll trace them. And those we've apprehended, we'll not just prosecute them, we'll go to court and seek an order to sell those assets there to defray the cost so that we use that money to invest in the grid system and to make power delivery available and reliable. Whoever superintended over this mess will be held liable. The management then and the head of ECG, he has to provide a justification for why he would procure 8 billion when he was supposed to procure 1.3 billion. Because if they had stuck to their procurement plan, we won't have this problem. And let me make it clear, those who are claiming that the containers were stolen when we came to office, that is false. As you can see here, they are confessing that they started buying these things and these cables right from 2019. So the attempt to usually play the political football will not wash. Whoever is responsible would apprehend that person. And to those criminals, you can engage in your social media shenanigans. You can engage in social media gimmicks and try to play NDC MPP politics. The law is no respecter of political party, and we will come after you. We will get you, we will prosecute you, and deal with you. And when we are doing that, let no one come to say that we are engaged in witch hunting. Some evidence which will be used in the court of law. The other thing will be what happens. The state has every right to confiscate even that whole factory through due process, depending on what happens. So let me assure you, it won't just be confiscating the items.
Inside of senya muhu video, no, this according to Mr. Jinapor in some of the Ababetuja. So if this is the whole information, then why is the MPP still pressuring the NDC in terms of this ECG Hunsensem? And out of Ghana be ye. Mami for Munsi wa operation recover all loot. We are resetting the country. Agenda resetting the country is ongoing, and President Mahama and his people are ready to do the needful. Out of senya Mr. Jinapor Kanyano or say so mo start some mo chichi omo a or mo person mo beti sa story no say na a rich hunting no mo ye. Out of mami wadrin cho comment ni mu subscribe ya me just subscribe like natural wadrin e wo comment ni mu e fa mai